We've been together since February of 1988, it's 26 years, this past February. We met here in Tallahassee. Chuck was going to school, and I've been working for the Florida Forest Service, who I've worked for 32 years.
My agency I work for is a little more progressive, tolerant, liberal, and have been very supportive of me and Jim. The agency he works for is a little more on the conservative side. So he's been, at least initially in our relationship, rather apprehensive about letting people he works with know about it. It was just surprising that a couple in North Florida, which is really conservative compared to South Florida, would be the ones filing a case in federal court. I would have been pretty happy to sit back and let somebody else do this in South Florida, honestly. But it didn't, and we reached a point with Jim's retirement. We needed some kind of decision because his retirement options were very limiting because the state does not recognize us as married. So basically, if he dies within 10 years of retiring, that's it. I would get up his retirement up to that 10th year, and then it would be over, whereas a straight couple would receive, the surviving spouse would receive the deceased spouse retirement for the remainder of their life. So it's a very big financial penalty for us. I
really got first very angry and then really scared. That was just intolerable. I had to do something. There are two sets of citizens in this country, those who have equal protection and those who don't, whether it be due to race or sexual orientation or whatever, and that's just not what the founders had in mind. And Jefferson said it very clearly in the statement where he pointed out that the right of the majority should always, always be acknowledged, but never abused, and these are the kinds of things no one should be voting on. No one should have, or did ever vote on whether African Americans had the right to vote, or that they had certain civil liberties. No one ever brought that up to a vote. I mean, it would have seemed ridiculous, yet there didn't seem to be a problem with doing it in our case. We're not asking for anyone to give us anything that other folks don't already have. And we wouldn't have done that if we didn't feel like we're just as deserving as the people who live right next door to us.
I always thought it was funny that, the argument is that gay and lesbian couples are asking for some kind of special rights, special privileges. And I'm like, I'm not asking for anything that you haven't already given yourselves. It's basically just equality. It's like, it's nothing more or less than what you have as a straight couple.